Oh, that sounds so good. Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with Kaliph for the Dash of Laughter. We're gonna have some more fun today, folks. I know last episode everybody was a little confused and trying to get things together, but you know what? I'm making it very, very simple. I got a lot of mothers at home, a lot of fathers at home doing e-learning. We're trying to get everybody fed. On the end of the day, we want to make sure everybody is fed a nice, healthy meal. So this is a nice, simple meal that you can make that's really, really delicious and great in calcium, and it prevents cancer. So if you have that trait in your family, if you're afraid, eat some kale. Kale is amazing. It has so much calcium in it. It's like almost like an 8-ounce glass of water. Think of a glass of water. Now think of a glass of milk. 8 ounces of milk is compared to our calcium that we have today in this kale. So we also, to spice it up a little bit, we're gonna throw some sausage in there. Turkey sausage. Gotta use turkey sausage. It's got a nice little flavor to it. I tried beef. Trust me, I messed it up one time. I messed up the whole thing because the beef didn't taste right. You know what I mean? It had too much pungent flavor. So I had to change some things. So when you're doing it, think of yourself like Denzel. Be cool, calm, and collected. Like everybody knows Denzel Washington, right? Right? Everybody knows that, right, America? Okay, I need you to act cool. Okay? I don't need you all scribble all over the place, huh? I need you to hold your knife like a warrior. I need you to make sure it's nice and sharp, huh? Hey, make sure you're smiling, okay? I need to see a smile while you're cooking all this food, huh? You hear me, but you don't hear me. Okay. But you know what? It makes it so simple that Bill Clinton could do it, huh? Well, I'll tell you every time you put this together, this will make the whole, I'm telling you, the wife will give you a back rub, a foot rub. After you finish making this kale, it's going to be the best thing ever. And when you put that sausage in there, hot dog dinger, it's going to make everything greater. If the TV's broke, it's going to be fixed by the time you finish this kale. I'm telling you, the kale and the sausage is going to make everything just click, man. It's going to be like, ooh-wee. And she's going to make you feel like king of everything. You know what I mean? You might not even have to do anything but put your feet up and drink a beer. So, I mean, I'm telling you, I do this for Hillary when I'm in the doghouse. You know, I've been in the doghouse a lot, America. So I want to make sure that I am not the one in trouble. So when I make this kale, I get out of trouble just that fast. Boom.
But you know, if I was Donald Trump, I would be sitting there doing this all the time, making sure everything was right. And you know, I mess it up anyway. But this is a dish I can't mess up, so I'm going to make sure I make it right. So make sure you cut up everything nice and perfect. Make sure your knife is sharpened, so you don't have to worry about things, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp, okay? You don't want to cut yourself either, okay? Because that's going to be bloody, and you have to call 911. But you know, one thing I understand that everybody loves America, when Chris get on something, his whole face is in it. You know what I mean? So I want you to take the whole thing, take a nice, shoving it up nice and good and everything, and let's start cutting this sausage. Every time I'm gonna get on this sausage, y'all, I'd go cut it, you know, because I'm from New York. I'm from New York City. You don't mess up nothing from New York. So you're gonna take the sausage. Make sure you have your fingers nice like this so that the knife comes down and you don't cut yourself. That's gonna be a problem. It's hard to dial a 911 when we ain't got no fingers. So you're gonna cut it. Let me move this stuff out the way, folks. You're gonna cut this sausage in a diagonal. It looks pretty. You're gonna put your saute skill over here, make sure you swivel it up a little bit. Now that's roasted garlic. It's a Mediterranean roasted garlic in there with rosemary leaves. You can get a lot of these infused at all of these little stores like TJ Maxx or something, or Marshall's, wherever you go. You can find them there. Believe it or not, they're really cheap. They're like $6, $7. This big thing cost me like $5. You know what I mean? So you're gonna take this, cut it nice and diagonal. And you see that cut there? Nice. See that, America? See how that looks? Looks pretty. You know what I mean? You want it to look pretty. Okay? You don't want to just cut it. Anybody can cut sausage. So nice and pretty. Okay?
Hey, pay attention. Huh? Okay. I don't want any fingers cut off here, okay? Huh? Cut it nice and cut it at what? Diagonal. Hey, if you got kids, huh? Make your kids to put them to work too, huh? Make them work. They don't have jobs yet. Cut it nice and diagonal. And that end piece is always the hardest piece. I told Shrek about putting stuff like this. Why you gotta have this on the end of the sausage? You know what I mean? You gotta cut it a certain way. I don't know how to cut it. I'm gonna cut it my way, okay? Okay? All right. And see, I always cut the end piece. It look like that. It's gonna be fine. Cut the end piece nice and soft. So then you're gonna make sure your pot is hot. Because if the pot is not hot, it ain't gonna look right. And don't burn yourself. I get a lot of people always talking about, man, I was cooking that dish the other day, man, and I burned my hand. You only got 2 hands, okay? You burn one, the other one's gonna be hurt for a couple days. So make sure you be very careful what you're doing. Make sure your pan is really hot. Now, way we test it, take a couple vegetables, little onions. Dice up some onions. You can have your kids do the onions for you. Make them use one of these. I'm gonna show you real quick so the kids can help. Make them use the smallest knife. Don't let them make a big knife. Put the onions down like this and just have them take the knife like this and just cut. That's it. They don't have to put their hands and the fingers and everything. You know, they don't want to dig in their nose or something. You know, you never know. Kids are kids. I got a 5-year-old grandson. You know, they like digging in their nose, you know, at a certain age, you know, all the time. So, see that nice? Nice. Pop that in there. Close your eyes. You hear that sizzle? That's what you got to hear. You hear that sizzle? Y'all act like I'm playing with y'all. I'll ask y'all a question. Y'all hear that sizzle? Y'all supposed to say, yeah, I hear the sizzle, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hear the sizzle. If you don't hear the sizzle, something wrong. That means your pan ain't hot enough. Now, take your sausage. Make sure it's nice. Nice. Right? You're going to take your sausage and you're going to blindly just, bam, put it in there. Don't take your time and do all this like this. You don't need to do all that. Just throw it in there, throw it in. Throw it in there. Take the little pieces right here and throw it in there. What you trying to do? Trying to get it nice and charred. Charred is just another word for burn. Come on, y'all act like y'all don't know about burning. Everybody burns something. Heck, you burn French toast. You burn toast when you first started cooking. Everybody burns something. So charred is a little burn, okay? But it gives a nice little flavor. I'm gonna show you how to flip this. Don't mess this up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all one more again. Don't mess this up, or you're gonna have stuff all over your stove. You're gonna look like a fool. Tilt it forward just a little bit and flip it back. Hear that? Tilt it forward and then flip it back. Now, if you notice, it's starting to get that charred look. And that's what you want on your sausage. You want that charred, robust flavored taste, crisp taste when you bite into that sausage. Because when the kale meets the sausage, ooh, it's going to tear it up. It's going to be so good. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, that tastes so good. That's what you want in that flavor. You don't want to say, oh, the kale, how was the kale? Oh, it was all right. That's not the reaction you want. When they taste your kale, you're like, man, that kale was delicious. Who taught you how to make that kale? I was watching Cooking with Kaliph show on the Dash of Laughter, his show. That's how I learned how to do the kale. People make kale down south all the time. But now it's a big thing up north because everybody wants to be healthy. So, be healthy, be cool, and enjoy this meal. So what we're going to do is, you hear that? You hear that? You hear that, America? Oh, that sounds so good. It smells even better. Remember, tilt it, flip it back, tilt it, and flip it back. Make sure it's getting charred in there so it's nice. You should start smelling it. When you start smelling that flavor, that flavor is going to incite the whole entire kitchen. And then when it gets to your living room, that's when you know you're cooking good. So now, the kale. Normally you would take the kale and put it in a big pan or a big pot, put some, you would take a little chicken stock, which is great flavor. Chicken stock is nothing but like when you cooked the other night and you left some chicken over, you baked it, and you got all the juice in that bottom, and they just add water to it. And you go to the store like a dum-dum and go buy it for $2 or $3. That's what chicken stock is. So we're gonna saute it, okay? Saute means quick fry in French. You parlez-vous français? Okay, all right. If you don't speak French, it's okay. But at least you know what saute means. You can Google it. You understand what it means. So now we're gonna flip this one more time. Oh, that sounds so good. It smells even better. Oh, yeah. How many cook with their kids? Cook with your kids? Put in the work. They don't have a job. They're always asking for stuff. Mommy, can I have this? My grandson, he just says, put it in the cart. Like he got a job. Put it in the cart. Use your magical card and just put it in the cart. That's not a magical card. I got to put money on the card. I got to put money in the bank. It's not magical. But kids, they don't know that. They're just kids. They're 5. So think about it is with that, put in work. So I had mine, have them put a little seasoning on there. You know, you got to check their hands. You know, they like to play. You know, they do everything. So check their hands. Make sure your kid's okay. Put a little seasoning in your saute pan. Now, this is just salt, pepper, a little garlic powder. What's going to give it a little taste there. I actually use real garlic, minced garlic. You're going to take that minced garlic, put it all in there. I usually squeeze it in there. Come on, there we go. I thought they wouldn't act right. They don't never act right on camera. Well, they always want to act silly. All right, now you're going to take some of that. So see how it's getting nice and charred, folks? Oh, yeah, it smells so good. Then you're going to take your olive oil, pop that in there real quick. Get a little oil in there. You want to coat your pan just a little bit. Now, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go and put the kale in. You're going to take your kale in a bunch. You got little hands and little kids. They can take the kale little at a time. And you just want to coat your saute pan. Meantime, you got your sausage on the bottom. So, you want to make sure get all that kale in there because it's good for you, right? You just don't want to put the kale in there. You want to make it look nice. So, get over here on the side and cut up some nice colors of some yellow peppers. Huh? Hey, you got to pay attention to this. Huh? Red pepper. Huh? You make sure you put the red pepper in there because you want the red pepper to look really good. You don't want the red pepper to sit out by itself. You want the red pepper to look really, really, really good. Take the red pepper. Careful, watch your hands when you're cutting this. Cut up some more. And you can get creative with this, folks. This is just nice for flavor and also presentation. So you're going to take it, scrunch it up a little bit in your hands like this. There you go. Get those flavors going. Don't worry about how much kale you have because it's going to reduce anyway. It's just like spinach. Once you get all the spinach in there, you get a whole big old bag of spinach. All of a sudden, there's this much spinach left. Don't worry about it. It's spinach. You're just going to have to get more bags. We get 4 or 5 bags if you have to of spinach. Or get it fresh. Remember my technique? Shake it forward, bring it on back. But this time you're going to do it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Add just a little bit more olive oil. You don't have to have infused olive oil. You can use whatever olive oil you find at your neighborhood store. Now, my secret, I'm going to tell y'all my secret. Little butter. Unsalted butter. Cut up your butter and spread it out evenly throughout your pan. You want that taste in there. Get this over real quick. All right. Get a little bit of that butter in there. Like my grandmother said, put some of that butter up in there. Mm-hmm. Gonna taste good. Gonna make it all everything that'll come together. I said, Grandma, why it sound like you angry all the time when you talk? That's just the way I talk. I ain't got no teeth. That's the way I talk. So you sprinkle a little bit more of your seasonings on there. That's gonna mix in with that butter. Okay. Shift it around a little bit. Now, I can't run for president again. But you know what I'm trying to tell you? Every now and then I tell Michelle, well, we can make a meal like this and it can actually happen. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try to make this meal. And yes, you can. You can make this happen. All you have to do is just put your mind to it, and it can actually happen. Hey, I did it in Chicago. I can do it here. We're going to have some fun doing this. Make sure you have all your ingredients nice. Because I just talked to Bill. Bill, what do you think about this? Well, I keep telling you there, Mr. Obama, if you don't have the ingredients right, it's not going to taste right. And if it don't taste right, it's not going to be right. Right, Hillary? That's how we have to do it. Because if you don't do it like that, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem, America. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all this last time. Don't mess this up. Okay? You come into a household and they find out you can't make greens. I don't care what color you are, it's going to be a problem. They're going to be mad as I don't know what. And you can't cook no more in their house. You have to order chicken from somebody. Let's get this right here, okay? As you see, it's reduced. Let's take a peek. See that's nice and reduced? Keep it on there for another 5 more minutes. You got your salt, your garlic powder, your minced garlic, your unsalted butter, red and yellow peppers. You got to put red and yellow. Red and yellow just looks nice on green. It's like when you buy a car and you get the wrong seats. It's like, you didn't put orange seats in a blue car? That just does not look right. It looks like a bad accident. So what you want to do is stay coordinated. Stay coordinated. Make sure the colors stand out. Make sure you get a nice plate too, because when you put it on a plate, you just don't want to put it on any plate. Like, here you go. People are going to look at you like you're crazy. You want to make sure it looks nice. People eat with their eyes. They're hungry as I don't know what. They're going to definitely eat it, but they eat with their eyes. So make sure you make your plate look presentable. And as a chef, we call it plating. Make sure it's called good plating. You have to plate this right. So our kale is ready to go. We're going to add some more onions. A little bit more chopped onions in there. Some green peppers in there. This is really just for presentation, folks. The flavor is already there. You're going to keep flipping it. Keep flipping it. Don't mess this up, okay? Or it's going to be a mess all over your table.
So then, man, that's all you do, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be really good. You're going to love it. You're going to be the man of the house for a whole week. You know what I'm saying? Because you just made the kale. Then we just going to do like this, man. Shake it up. You understand the words coming out of my mouth? You going to shake it up, okay? Is y'all listening? Hello? Y'all acting like y'all ain't listening. Okay, all right.
Then you're going to take it in here. Make sure you have it well secured in your hand. You don't want to spill this. Plate it nice. Nice. Take your time. You notice I didn't use any utensils, huh? I told Shrek I don't need no utensils. He do this all the time, though. And then you take your bread, because you want a little bread to go with it to sop it up. Cut it at an angle. All right, use a bread knife, folks. Don't use just a regular knife. Cut it into an angle. There we go. Put that on there. We're gonna take just a little of this, make a nice little design. All right. Cut it into a nice angle. See how I always said you gotta make it look pretty, folks? Can't just throw something together and say, oh, go eat that. You gotta make it look pretty. Put your little, you can use cilantro, you can use parsley, you can use basil, you can use thyme, but you just want to give that nice little fluff. Okay? Nice little fluff in there. And that's just for color. Make your plate look nice. And you know what? I'm ready to go eat. So, here we go. Cooking with Kaliph with a dash of laughter and a dash of laughter. I'm getting ready to go eat. So, if y'all made it right and y'all did it right, everything should be okay. If it's not okay, y'all did something wrong and it's gonna be horrible. So, let's put it all together and make sure it comes together right and perfect. Cooking with Kaliph with a dash and a dash of laughter. I want you to love this because you're gonna be calling me and trying to get everything in the recipes. So, make sure you get this right. Okay, folks? Don't mess up. I'll put this right here. Remember, saute it, perfect. Have everything together, and you have the good, perfect dish. Hey, we're gonna go to commercial break. Talk to you guys in a minute. We'll be right back after this message.
Many stories have conflict, but it is through these moments that strength can be discovered.
Everything that I've encompassed in life is through the guidance of my mother and the surrounding of God's angels.
I think a lot of times we are shameful of some of the things that we've gone through, which is why we don't share it.
We are beautiful in our own broken way.
The stories I have encountered, the stories that I have lived are remarkable, are amazing.
If you're so distracted by your misery, you cannot serve his kingdom.
Life is cheap when you have a lot of material but nothing to show for it.
Happiness has nothing to do with pleasure. It's in here.
You take all of that stuff and you use it as ammunition to make yourself better.
I know that I am here today only because God kept me.
This is my life. This is my story. When I look back at it, I don't regret anything because I know he was setting it all up for the good.
Challenges can be conquered and obstacles overcome.
Hey, welcome back, guys. And I just want to make sure you guys get this right because I don't want you to be the person that messed up everything in the kitchen on a Friday and mom and dad, everybody's mad at you. Make sure you get this recipe right. This is kale, okay? K-A-L-E, kale. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Kale, okay? Don't mess it up. With turkey sausages and garlic powder, salt and pepper, and minced garlic. And you want to make sure you cook that in there nice. So, once again, make sure you have your kale in there, reduced with the sausage, salt, pepper, garlic powder, minced garlic, and sometimes I do a little of this to make it look pretty. It's just a little extra sauce on the action, just to make it look pretty. You can do that. Now you look like Cooking with Kaliph with Dash Laughter. So, hey folks, it's been great. See you next time. Have a great one.